Class 4A Division Two State Championship game here at AT&T Stadium matched up the 14-1 Brenham Cubs and the 15-0 Aledo Bearcats. Now keep in mind, Aledo was trying to eclipse 1,000 points in one season, but it was their defense that really stood tall against Brenham in this matchup. Here's the highlights. The undefeated Aledo Bearcats were the favorites coming into their matchup with a one-loss Brenham Cubs team located about 40 minutes from the Houston city limits. The Bearcats had already set the state record for points scored in a season with 985 before the game even kicked off. Aledo had only given up 130 points in their previous 15 games and had not trailed all season. In fact, an undefeated Ennis team had given the Bearcats a scare the week before. Aledo broke a scoreless tie, though, in the second half and won 29-6. Brenham had also been battle-tested along the way and had only beaten their first three playoff opponents by a total of 9 points. But a convincing win over Port Lavaca Calhoun had the Cubs feeling pretty good about themselves.
Aledo has won the toss and will receive.
Back to AT&T Stadium, where close to 34,000 fans were on hand for this rematch of the 2009 Class 4A Division II State Championship game. Brenham's defense rose to the occasion as Eric Yeager was quick to bring Ryan Newsom to the ground on 4th and goal, keeping the Bearcats off the scoreboard on their second possession.
I'm really proud of this defense because we fought hard, and I'm just so blessed to have them beside me.
The Cubs offense was held in check early on, partly because Brenham's senior receiver James Homan, wearing number 4 in the spot circle, rolled his ankle on this play. Cubs fans remembered his 11 catches for 174 yards receiving in a win over Texas City earlier in the playoffs. Aledo quarterback Luke Bishop with the touch pass to his senior tight end John Watley. The Cubs defense kept the Bearcats out of the end zone again, but did yield a 33-yard field goal to Aledo's senior kicker Parker Schonfield. Trailing 3-0, Brenham put together a nice drive, highlighted by this pass completion from Cubs quarterback Caleb Hill to Cortland Sutton, and check out the 34-yard catch by the senior down around the 2-yard line. But a couple of juniors, including QB Hill and running back Ernest Patterson, can't handle the exchange, and Aledo's Tyson Mouser recovers it.
I didn't really realize it until after it happened, but I kind of saw the game turn around once offense started going after that. So it just felt good to help the offense kind of get going.
Brenham's defense rose to the occasion, though, as they bottled up Newsom on this play. The Cubs were giving the Bearcats some different looks on the defensive front, and it works here as Brenham forced Aledo to punt after this stop on a key third down play. The Cubs would go to the ground on their next possession as Patterson puts together a couple of nice runs on this drive, including this nifty sprint. That would set up a 22-yard field goal by Team Pham, and he ties the game at 3 early in the second quarter. Meanwhile, the Aledo offense put together a nice drive as Bearcats quarterback Luke Bishop used a good fake on the read option and raced down to the 2-yard line of Brenham. That's where Dathan Davis would give the Bearcats a 10-3 lead as he bolted into the end zone with a little over 4 minutes to play in the half. The Bearcats would ride that momentum as they overcame 3 penalties on their next drive as Bishop connected with Ryan Newsom for a 28-yard touchdown pass play with just under a minute to play in the first half for a 17-3 lead. Brenham's missed opportunities in the red zone had Aledo on top by 14 in the locker room. Neither team could muster up any offense in the third quarter, but in the fourth, Aledo started rolling. Talk about a game of inches. Watch as Bishop's pass gets over Cubs sophomore defensive back Dion Earls and into the arms of Bearcat receiver Taco Anderson, who scores on the 43-yard pass play.
I'm not playing college football or anything, but I can look back when I'm older and I can just say that I was captain of that offense and that team, and that we just did that, and that's history.
We basically loaded the box most of the game, and so when that happens, you're going to give up some big plays. But to me, it's pick your poison. If you sit back, I didn't feel like you could. And looking at the film of people they played, nobody had stopped them. And the reason they hadn't is because they played fair. And I felt like we had to play with an unfair box. And what that means is more people in the box. And what that does, if you break the line of scrimmage or you hit a play, there's a chance for a big play. And we knew that going in.
On the Bearcats' next possession, Aledo used a little wildcat formation with Newsom, who put the game on ice with a 59-yard touchdown run.
We play as a unit. There's no individuals on this team, and to be a part of this is a blessing.
Aledo won 38-10, finishing with 1,023 points on the season, averaging 64 points per game. But their defense might have been the bigger story on this day.
One of the things that helped us score all those points, our defense got us the ball pretty quick every game, and they get us the ball in great field position and pretty often. That was the big thing, and also a great kicking game.
For the second time in 4 years, Aledo beat Brenham in the 4A Division II state finals, matching their 35-29 win in 2009.
Of course, it's Aledo. I'm not taking anything away from them. They're a great team, but the way you beat Aledo, you have to minimize mistakes, and we had a few mistakes that they capitalized on. If we could have minimized those mistakes, I think it could have been a different game.
The Bearcats' 5th state championship in school history capped off by a record-breaking year. In Arlington, Jeff Power, Max Prep Sports, your leader in online high school sports content.